ELI 5. How did Saudi Arabia manage to develop itself with just oil money, rather than becoming a failed state with oil being discovered so soon after the nation's founding? I read that Saudi's GDP grew from $5 billion in the 1970s to now $800 billion. I also understand up until the 70s, Saudi Arabia was not seen as a major global nation and a bit of an irrelevant nation when compared to the likes of Egypt, Syria, Iraq at the time. The new nation at the time met all the prerequisites to become a failed state when oil was discovered in the 30s. A new nation emerging from a violent civil war, barely any industry or educational systems in place, quite isolated internationally, low education levels amongst the populace. How comes it wasn't all squandered by the rulers at the top of the young fledgling nation after hitting jackpot? Largely because they worked so closely with the Americans, who ensured security against external threats and good commercial development of the oil resources. It's not that this relationship was always smooth, but it was very functional, and it ultimately meant the Saudi state eventually had a good revenue base on which to build up state capacity. Aramco likes to claim it was a modern company before Saudi Arabia was a modern state, and there is a lot of truth to that claim. This should be higher. Saudi walked into the oil world with the US firmly holding its hand. I think this is pretty much the largest factor in its stability. Not historian and happy to be told differently.